Good morning everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave. I'm going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum for your daily update. Quick look at Bitcoin, technicals only. The Elliott Wave count is part of a subscription. You can find that on my website. I do it every Monday. What I want to draw your attention to today is this absolutely beautifully typical price behavior around this resistance line of this channel that contains this little pullback. So a few days ago I outlined this hammer candlestick pattern. It was a bullish reversal pattern. I told you to look for support from volume. We got it, so that was bullish. And then I said to wait for a breakout of this channel for confidence. We've got it. That was also bullish. Volume is pushing price higher. And now yesterday price has stayed out of the channel and it's completed a red candlestick. This is an inside day, but look where price has beautifully found support on the upper edge of this channel. So we have a breakthrough of resistance and a beautiful back test of support. Now we may see price move up and away. It could have another deeper back test of support. That's possible, but less likely. At least this first test, that's really, really typical. A second deeper back test, not necessarily as common. Let's see how today unfolds. If this unfolds green with a further increase in volume, that would be extremely bullish. Either way, look out for continued support at this trend line. So I can't give you a number because the line is sloping, but I expect that's where Bitcoin right now is going to find support, and it's most likely going to move up and away. Let's step back and look at the monthly chart for Bitcoin, and I want to point out where we are in the pattern. Now again, I can't show you the Elliott Wave count, but if you know anything about Elliott Wave, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 4 is a nice triangle. That Elliott Wave count I've shown you in past videos anyway. You can go back and look through my previous videos of Bitcoin and see my Elliott Wave count on the monthly chart. So I have a big first wave and a big second wave and the start of a third wave. So within that 5 wave up, 3 wave down basic Elliott Wave pattern, where are we in the bigger picture? This is the current picture, and if we transpose what's happening now into what happened previously into that basic Elliott Wave structure, we are here. So if this is the start and this is the end, and the start and the eventual end of the next pattern, 5 up, 3 down, you are here from the start to the end. So as you can see, there's a long way up to go. There'll be a bear market, at least one in the middle, but there's a long way up to go before the next 5 steps up, 3 step back pattern has ended. So I want you to just orient yourself and look at the bigger picture. It's really important for Bitcoin not to get focused on the little movements day to day. And I've said it before, but I will say it again. I know now I'm doing this daily that there will be people using my analysis to day trade in cryptocurrencies. Please, for goodness sake, only trade these extremely volatile markets if you are a very experienced trader. If you're learning to trade, step back and get a mentor and learn on something less volatile like the euro dollar. I'm going to do one more cool thing with you today. I'm going to look at some moving averages for all of these charts. I've got from 10 to 200 days, so 10 day, 20, 30 and so on, all the way up to 200. And I think this one here is the 50. I'm going to put these on Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP, and I'm going to show you how to use a whole range of moving averages to ascertain whether the market is a full bore bullish, full bore bearish or inconclusive in a state of flux. At the moment it's long-term bullish, short and mid-term in flux. Up here to the high in January 2021, this is a full bore bullish look. You have the short-term averages above the mid-term averages, above the long-term averages. None of them are overlapping. They all have a positive slope and prices above all three and finding support at the 10-day moving average. This here is a full bore bullish look. Now I can't find an instance where Bitcoin in its price history has a full bore bearish look, because each bear market I can see has this flux for the mid and longer term moving averages, but this is the closest I can see. So this is at least a short to mid-term bear market with the shorter term averages all below the mid and long. The shorter and most of the mid have negative slopes and prices below all three. And the huge bear market ending in December 2018, also not a full bore bearish look, but pretty close. Here are the long-term averages, mid and short term, and again they're all sloping down, and the short are below the mid, which are below the long, but the long are still crossing over, and price is below all of the moving averages. So this is a close to full bore bearish look. The next thing I want you to note is moving averages are lagging indicators. They are necessarily so because they're based on averages of past data, so they can tell us where the market has been and where the market might be now, but they can tell us nothing about what the future holds. So you can use them as a confirmation tool or a confidence in your analysis. Do they confirm or do they deny? Do they support or do they diverge? And then the last thing to note, at the end of a bear market is usually when you're going to have the strongest bearish look, and at the end of a bull market is when you're going to have the strongest bullish look. This is that huge high in December 2017, just under 20,000, and the moving averages here have a full bore bullish look. And so you can use moving averages to tell you where the market might be, but for these cryptocurrencies, because they end their movements with strength, they don't roll over and form rounded tops like the S&P 500, you're going to see a full bore bullish look right at the end of a bull market. So you'll see it toward the end and during the end, but you'll also see it at the end. So you can use it as a backward looking confirmation tool, and it's helpful to tell you if your analysis is on the right track or not, but you have to be aware this is what the end of a bull market looks like for Bitcoin, and this works for all other cryptos. Before I go any further, I just want to remind you that we have gold analysis, a new analysis that I provide on a subscription basis on our website, Pure Elliott Wave, provided by Jack Frost with my support and quite a lot of input every day. We are analysing gold every day with a full in-depth analysis, text, charts, and every Friday a video. So if you want to check that out, click on the link below and go and subscribe and get some expert gold analysis. Reminder of the Elliott wave count for Ethereum. It sees a cycle 1, cycle 2, primary 1, primary 2, a primary degree third wave within a cycle degree third wave, and what we're looking for the short term is this base channel that contains minute 1 and 2 and continues to provide support this week. A possible target for primary 3 is for it to reach the 11.09 Fibonacci ratio of primary wave 1 at 54.226. These targets are a little bit like a stab in the dark with a rusty fish knife, I like to say. I would much rather use classic analysis techniques to identify the ends of these third waves than try and calculate price targets for my own investing purposes. I am not focused on these price targets. I'm using them as a bit of an idea as to where price might go. Daily chart, here is the recent test of support. We've got a beautiful breach of this channel, and now we're probably going to see price move up and away. And so Ethereum, yesterday I drew your attention to this morning doji star. We now have 2 candlesticks. Well, if today's candlestick remains for the 10th of August, remains above this channel, we have my very conservative definition of a channel breach. If today's candlestick closes green. Yesterday's candlesticks closed red, so I'm not going to take that as confirmation of a channel breach. It looks pretty good though, but what I've learned, and this is why my definition is that conservative, sometimes you'll get a channel breach by a candlestick moving in the opposite direction, or a doji like this one is, and it's just a pause before the old trend resumes, and then you need to redraw your channel. So that's why I want a very clear, very strong breach. So let's see how the current session unfolds, and if it's going to be green, I'd like to see it have an increase in volume beyond the previous green candlestick. So it's looking pretty good for Ethereum, pretty bullish. How do those moving averages look? Let's have a look at those. They look like it's in a little bit of a situation of flux. The longer term trend for Ethereum definitely still upward, but the short to the mid-term all crossing over each other, so short to mid-term in flux, but the longer term looks like definitely an upward trend for Ethereum. That's it from me with your extra free analysis. The vote's going really well. If you haven't already voted, I put a little video up yesterday with a link to the vote. So far, XDC Network's winning, even though someone did over 10 votes. Sir, I am not counting any of your votes, but it is a pretty popular one, so far that's winning. Go and vote for your favourite, and I'll be giving you that free analysis probably Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday next week. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching.